But yeah, so, and the reason why I was doing this, because I was really getting into working on the journal, which is another topic altogether on this whole journal situation. And I got through the first one pretty quickly, right? The first one is it's fairly simplistic. So if you haven't done it, I definitely recommend doing it, because if you highlight over the top here of, or the parent of the step, it'll tell you that you get the apprentice title and 1 hour of sleep bonus, which is great. And this one's fairly easy. Chop down some trees, flatten a tile, create a mallet, mine some iron, like the basics.
Oh, you can't see the journal recognition?
There you go. Yeah. So right here, if you mouse over it, you see apprentice title, which you'll get, and 1 hour sleep bonus. Very simple. Kill a creature, ride a cow. You know, this might be one of the hardest ones. Improve a metal tool to 15 quality. But that shouldn't actually take that long, to be honest, right from the start. And then find a route was probably the hardest one, because at the very beginning there was only like one route, and I had to go to the starter town to do it. I'm not sure if there's more these days, if people have planted those waystones. Now, then the second one comes up. Yeah, there's one at starter
on
deed.
Melody. There's one there.
Yeah. So the second one, which is another learned, you get the learn title and 1 hour sleep bonus. This one is like a huge jump from the first one. I found the route on your place. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember. That's good to know. That's good to remember.
Right.
But here's the thing. Once you finish the first one and you go to the second one, things ramp up quite a lot. Like all of a sudden, you need to have 30 masonry to build a stone house wall. So that's like, even though the first one you could do almost on the first day. Yeah, the second one, now you need to be premium, and you need to do a bunch of stuff. You need to ride a horse. So all of a sudden you had to get through the body control to 21. You needed masonry to 30. You need to find copper and tin. You need to be able to do metallurgy and create a bronze lump. You need to breed a creature, which I guess is not too bad. You have to create a small cart, which is why this one exists right here.
I know. That's so
for
bad
no reason.
that you have to create a small cart for no reason, and then in the next one create a large cart, a typical saying. Yeah.
But some of these are okay, like bandage a wound, create a forge. The problem is that there's not, the progression isn't great. Like after the first one, it's like you just stop. And it took me a while to finish the second one. It would take weeks to get all the skills that you need. And then the third one is even worse, I thought. So I thought that, let's see, some of these. I think the improved tool to 50. So now you're like, okay, now I need to actually have a tool and go up to 50 in a skill. So they basically went from 15 quality, get a tool to 15 quality, to get a tool to 50 quality. And get focus level to 3, which is possible, I would say. That wasn't the troubling one. The troubling one here, I think, for me, was now I have to be a farmer and be able to. So this says harvest 5 cotton. So at the start, I thought, okay, I'll just harvest cotton. This is the first farming one after the just farm 1 tile step. And I thought, okay, I'll just plant some cotton, and then I'll just harvest them until I reach my 5 cotton that I need for this. But what it's actually saying is you need to harvest 5 cotton in 1 yield, not in total. And I thought, oh God, how long will it take me to harvest 5 cotton in 1 yield when I have no farming skill? I don't want farming skill. Like, this is going to take a while. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to need a big farm. So I basically started this because of that.
Hey,
and at this point, Yeah, I thought that was 5 cotton separate as well. Casper
Right, I
and Hay
thought so as
Overrider.
well. I know, seriously.
And so Willow,
Nope.
if you're still around, this can be all yours because I accomplished my goal. If you want, if you don't, let me know.
Now-
I'll continue the farming.
Surprisingly, they changed the way farming works since we were farmers way long time ago. Like, we haven't done farming forever, but they changed
Forever.
it maybe
2013.
5 years ago or something like that. We just completely missed the boat on this. So like yields are much easier to, like, higher yields are easier to get. Like, I remember when we were playing, like, as a new player, you're pretty much going to get two items back for every tile up until like you're level 20 or something like that.
So level
But
20,
now-
I believe. So then and then it's supposed to be 1 yield per 10 levels, something like that, right? So
Yeah,
at
but
30 you
start
get
off with-
3,
you start
at
off
40 you
getting
get
two.
4. Yeah, and
Yeah,
at
yeah, yeah.
50 you get 5.
5. So we were
So I
thinking we'll have to
thought-
level up to 50.
I have to level up to about 50, maybe 30, 40, maybe 40. So what I didn't realize
Ways
is that
grabbing a
they
pen and
made
paper.
changes. So they made changes with this where if you like every single, what do you call it? Every single time it reaches the next stage, a tile becomes untidy. And you can see it here. This tile, I think all these tiles are untidy. So they're called untended. And you'd have to farm the tile. So actually, let me do this one because this one looks like it's dying. So you would have to farm the tile and become
I think you
tended.
farm
And
it,
every time,
that's gonna
every
make it disappear.
stage. Oh no, is it gonna make it? So it's dead. Okay.
Well, try it. Oh no,
Oh
it
no,
didn't.
there it
Okay.
goes. I think that's
Maybe
when
that's-
it's dead. This is just overripe, as far as I'm
Okay.
aware.
Shows how much
So I'll
we know
just
about
get
farming.
rid of this one. Yeah. So what happens is that every time it's untended, so it becomes untended
did,
maybe a couple times per. Oh no, your
game?
Yeah,
game
that,
left.
That happened. Yeah, that happened because I'm gonna put my game back. I crashed again.
There you are.
Loaded up with really low settings, so hopefully that's gonna help it.
So every time that you farm it, they wanted, I guess at the time, to give you a better chance give you a more reason to sit there and farm, because usually you sit there and farm the tile back to so that you can get skill. That was mostly what the heck happened to my head. What did you do, Reagan Nation? Okay, let me just get back to the microphone here. There we go. So what you had to do was, or what they did was give you a benefit. If you farm more, you have a chance of yielding more. So, and I didn't know, well, how much more? I don't know how much more. I don't know what the formula is here. So I did an experiment here where I sat here and I farmed twice a day after planting all the cotton. And what I found is that even though I only have let me see, wood cutting, no wait, nature, 16 now farming. I think at the time I had 15 farming. I was able to get a yield of 5 at 15 farming if you were farming it twice a day.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and then finally I'm like, okay, that didn't take as long as I thought it would take.
Yeah, you were thinking you're gonna have to get your farming up to 50.
Yeah.
That would have taken forever.
So I guess they made it easier. If you're really a farmer and you want to be a farmer and you're sitting there farming to get your skill up, you will be able to yield quickly enough to really not feel so bad, because before it took forever to see any benefit. Like imagine farming, like planting 1 cotton and then after days getting 2 cotton back and then having to plant one of those cotton and you're left with just 1 cotton after a bunch of days. Like,
And it's like 7 days too. Like, it takes a while. Maybe
It takes
5
a
to
while.
7.
I think it's more. It's not as long as 5 days anymore.
Oh, is it?
3 to 4 days, maybe something like that.
Really?
4
I
days.
did not know that. I think I'm gonna have to get back into farming.
It wasn't that long, to be
One
honest.
change I'd really like to see is some way to increase the ripe stage, because and this might just be they might have changed this, but when I was farming back in the day, I would always find that there would be every so often I wouldn't be able to get to the fields on the day that they were ripe. So I'd come the next day and I'd find half the field just dead. And it was just so disheartening to see that.
Yeah, so slider, you're seeing a lot shorter growth time. I mean, that's what
Yeah, that's good.
I was seeing. It was shorter, but you're right. I think even so, like it was either yesterday or the day before I was looking at this, and nothing was ripe. And now, not only is a bunch of stuff ripe, but one of them was overripe.
Right.
So within
Right.
a matter of a couple days, it went from not being ripe to being past its ripe stage.
And if you're not able to make it online for one day, like that one critical day, then you're going to miss the ripe stage. And I think that that's a little bit harsh, because not everybody can play Worm every single day.
Yeah, and then maybe there's a little bit of random chance to that as well. Like I don't know, or maybe certain crops ripe faster than other crops. I'm not sure if they're all equal.
It's definitely random. It's definitely like you can plant all the field in the same day, and you get to that day where things start turning overripe, and it's just a smattering of them.
Yeah, so they're not equal. Yeah, it could be random as well. A lot of stuff in Worms sort of random.